The episode begins with Mary Ann driving her son, Elijah, out of Ohio. While Elijah is engrossed in a video game on his phone, Mary tries to get him excited about their trip to Columbian Park Zoo, which she insists is the best in Indiana. However, Elijah is not responding and seems down, saying it will not be the same without his dad. When the GPS malfunctions, Mary asks for a map. While Elijah searches her purse, he discovers a letter with his name on it, but Mary quickly takes it back and avoids discussing it. Suddenly, Mary has to make a U-turn and the ground shakes. Unexpectedly, the car windows shatter as a plane crashes into a nearby meadow, accompanied by a piercing scream. They rush to a small bridge to see the wreckage. Mary calls 911 and hurries to help the pilot, who is trapped in the burning plane. Despite Elijah's pleas to stay away, she is determined and manages to pull the pilot to safety. As he emerges, he snatches a photo from the cockpit. The pilot introduces himself as Lieutenant Theodore Cole from the 2nd Squadron and initially thinks they are in Burma. Elijah corrects him, saying they are in Ohio. Cole mentions being in a dogfight over Rangoon but collapses when he sees the Dayton Water Tower, revealing he grew up nearby. Mary then takes him to a hospital, while a fiery red hole appears in the sky above. In the hospital, Mary gets treated for her burns, while telling Sheriff Parker about the plane crash that happened while they were traveling. Elijah adds that Cole claimed to be a World War II soldier. The sheriff suggests Cole's head injuries may be affecting his memory, noting the plane had no registration numbers. While they talk, Elijah asks Mary for money to buy water, but she hands him her credit card instead. The sheriff is puzzled when Elijah calls her by her name, but Mary explains she is his stepmom. Meanwhile, Elijah sneaks into Cole's room and finds him asleep. Cole suddenly grabs Elijah's hand and asks why there are guards. Elijah tells him they are worried he might be dangerous. Cole insists he is a soldier and seems upset, thinking he is sent back home. He then asks Elijah for help escaping. He offers Elijah a box of chocolates from his jacket, which he says is a good luck charm from his wife. As they talk, officers start banging on the door, telling Elijah to open it. Cole blocks the door and tells Elijah to find Sheriff Simmons on Main Street. When he lets the officers in, they quickly restrain him and give him a sedative. Mary and Elijah continue on their journey, discussing Cole along the way. Elijah believes Cole is telling the truth, while Mary thinks he is not right in the head. Elijah shows Mary the chocolate box that Cole gave him, mentioning that those particular chocolates haven't been made in 30 years. He urges her to visit the police station that Cole mentioned. Reluctantly, Mary changes their route to head to the station. Subsequently, military vehicles arrive at the bridge where the crash occurred. Bill Kaminsky from the NTSB arrives on the scene and closes the road for 10 miles in both directions until further notice. As he examines the sky with a device, a woman named Nina Boma approaches him, suggesting that the answers aren't in the sky but with the pilot. He insists that they need to get the pilot. Mary and Elijah go to the station looking for Chief Simmons, but the officers say he does not know anyone by that name. As they leave, Elijah spots a photo in a cupboard and grabs a baseball to distract the officer. He then drops the ball to take the photo. Outside, he shows Mary a picture from 1938 with Cole in it, but she doubts it is really him in the picture. In the hospital, Cole wakes up and looks for a way out but sees military vehicles outside. When a care assistant comes in with his medication, Cole drugs him instead and disguises himself as the assistant to escape. Nina arrives to find Cole, but he slips out while she talks to the officers. When she checks his room, she discovers the unconscious assistant. Cole tries to get into a parked car, setting off the alarm. Just before Nina and her team can catch him, he jumps on a motorbike and speeds away. At the accident site, Bill orders the team to gather all the evidence from the plane crash. As they collect samples and prepare to tow the plane, the ground begins to shake. A scientist remarks that it's an anomaly and asks what the consequences would be if they do not return everything to its place. Bill dismisses him, insisting that they focus on fixing the plane. Elijah and Mary argue about Cole and the photo Elijah took from the station. Elijah believes Cole is experiencing time travel. They stop at a gas station where Mary checks the car's engine, and Elijah secretly reads the letter Mary had hidden. He discovers it is about his new school in Burlington where his Aunt Julie lives, not their current destination. When he confronts Mary, he realizes only she is moving to California, leaving him feeling abandoned. Upset, Elijah gets into the car and Mary joins him, explaining that Aunt Julie will take care of him. Elijah worries about who will take care of Mary since she cries at night. Just then, Cole's bike crashes into their car. Seeing Cole, Elijah thinks they should help him. He shows Cole the photo and Cole starts describing the people in it. Elijah urges Mary to assist him and she reluctantly agrees. Cole wants to find his wife, so they all get in the car. As they drive, Cole notices everything has changed. When he sees his house, he asks Mary to stop and rushes inside to find his wife, Pauline. A woman appears, and when Cole explains he is looking for Pauline, she doubts he is her husband due to his age. Elijah intervenes, saying he is a friend of Pauline's. The woman mentions that Pauline is in a poetry class and will be back soon. There, Cole looks at photos of Pauline with another man. Feeling heartbroken, he chooses to wait outside. Meanwhile, Mary finds Cole's obituary on her phone, which says he crashed in Burma and was shot while trying to escape. The woman then spots Mary and Elijah on TV and calls the police. When Cole comes back inside, he sees the house surrounded by officers. Bill and Nina arrive, wanting to send Cole back to his time. The ground shakes again, and Nina explains it is a cosmic tremor caused by Cole being in the future. She urges him to return, as the rift is still open. Knowing what might happen to Cole, Elijah rushes him to the car while Mary and the officers try to stop them. Cole speeds off into the woods, driving through a family's backyard. He mentions a road to Miller's River, but Elijah can't see it and is asked to trust him. As the officers chase them, one of their cars falls into the river. Soon after, Cole's car gets a flat tire. They exit the car and Cole leads Elijah across the river to a large house on a hill, where he recalls dancing with his wife before deployment. When he asks about the obituary, Elijah tells him what they found. Realizing Pauline has moved on, Cole thinks he should let the police take him back through the rift, believing he does not belong there and that Elijah should be with his mom. Elijah brushes this off, pointing out that Mary plans to send him to live with his aunt. Cole believes there is no reason to stay since Pauline has moved on, but Elijah disagrees. When Cole asks why Elijah can't let go, Elijah shows him a photo of his father who died in Afghanistan. They then sit on a bench, and Elijah wonders if they can restore Cole's life with Pauline. He suggests getting Cole a Kevlar vest and a better gun, believing the rift brought him to the future for a second chance. Meanwhile, Mary arrives at the military base with Bill and Nina, insisting that Cole is a good man and should not be sent back to die. Bill explains the dangers of the rift and that it will only close if Cole returns to his time. He shows her the disasters caused by the rift, which leads Mary to mention that Elijah has her phone. Back with Cole and Elijah wants Cole to see Pauline. When Elijah asks how he knows she has moved on, Cole recalls their first date, where he gave her Cracker Jacks with a 4-leaf clover pin. She believed it was a sign of good luck and that they would always be together. After they married and bought a house, she nailed the pin to the mantle, but now it's not there, suggesting she removed it to forget him. Elijah then takes Cole to an army surplus store and asks him to pick the lock, but Cole doesn't know how. Mary Ann discusses with Nina the various rifts she has worked on in the past. She explains that even if they don't send everything back through, sometimes natural disasters still happen. She believes the rift has a purpose and stays open for exactly 11 hours. She thinks something important needs to occur during that time, but she is not sure what it is. Cole and Elijah hear sirens and run along the train tracks as the cops surround them. Seeing them scared, Mary asks to speak with Cole first, to which Bill agrees. Elijah thinks Mary does not understand their plan, but she insists he is the one misunderstanding. Mary insists that if he does not return the same way he came, everything within a 10-mile radius will be in danger. Elijah refuses to believe them and thinks they are lying. As Cole prepares to leave for their safety, Mary suggests that the rift might have a purpose, though she is unsure what it is. Elijah then thinks he knows the purpose of the rift. Bill, Nina, Mary, Cole, and Elijah go to Pauline's house. Bill allows Cole 5 minutes to talk to her. Inside, Cole finds Pauline at the kitchen table and apologizes for not saying goodbye sooner. He acknowledges that she has moved on, but wants her to know he has always loved her. Just as he is about to leave, she stops him and shows him a locket with a 4-leaf clover in his picture. Touched, he asks her to dance. Though hesitant, she agrees, and they sway together. He whispers goodbye and leaves as she watches him go. Cole walks through the field toward the plane when Elijah calls out to him. As he sees Cole leaving, Elijah starts to cry, but Cole reassures him that he will be okay. Cole thanks Elijah and asks to speak with Mary. They walk to the plane, where Cole reminds her to consider taking Elijah with her. Mary shares that every time she sees him, she thinks of her late husband. She asks what she should do, but Cole admits he does not know and tells her to remember what her husband would say. He believes he came to this timeline not just for Pauline, but for Mary as well. Right then, Bill hands Cole his gun and wishes him good luck. Just before boarding, Cole realizes he needs to take the chocolate bar back. Elijah admits he ate it on the way back and hands him the wrapper. Bill realizes they will not make it to the safe distance in time if the rift triggers a disaster, but Cole believes it will not happen because he has fulfilled his purpose. He then climbs into the plane, puts on his gear, and starts the engine. Bill and Nina watch the plane take off from their computers. Inside the cockpit, Cole places the photo of Pauline as he pilots the plane into the rift. Meanwhile, the scientists and onlookers gather in the field. Cole enters the rift, which then closes behind him. The crowd watches as the sky glows and the rift expands before the colors fade away. Everyone erupts in applause, relieved to be safe. As the scene shifts, Mary and Elijah drive down the highway, sharing smiles. She points out the "Welcome to California" sign ahead, marking a new beginning for them both.